OGs, ladies and gents, welcome back to my channel. This is the lady at 50, and I wanted to come back and do a part, I don't even want to say part two, because this is probably going to be a long series of chats, and I really appreciate you guys' sympathy, concerns, and prayers, and all of that for me and my family. I also appreciate you guys, sharing the video, subscribing to my channel, as well as leaving comments on, the topics that you would like to, or you like me to expand upon. So that's what I'm here for. And we're just going to get right into the next topic. The next topic, I wanted to do, cremation versus burial, but you guys, I think we'll continue on with the process before we get to the actual ceremonies. Okay, so so you guys wanted me to expound upon the living will, and there's a difference between the living will and the last will and testament. I know if you were like me, you thought once you have a will, that should cover everything, right? But that doesn't cover everything. The living will is what happens, or what the person who is incapacitated, who cannot speak for themselves while they're living. That's what the living will is for. While they're still living, this is their will. And you want your significant other, your family member, your loved one to sign off on that way before you need it. Don't wait until they're in the hospital, because then it can be questioned if they were in their right state of mind when they signed off on that. So you want to make sure you get the living will, the power of attorney, and the last will and testament way before anything happens. We normally just wait until it happens, but you want to do it before it happens, if at all possible. I know how men are. My husband was the same way. He did not want to discuss anything dealing with his demise. And I don't know if women are just planners, better planners, but for me, I would rather have all of the, as you say, ducks in the row, so that when I do pass, because it is inevitable, we will all die. That's just life. That's just the cycle of life. We will all perish and return back to the ashes that we were formed from. And so I just remember when my mother passed and my father preceded her in death. And so when she passed, all of their paperwork was scattered everywhere. It was under the mattress. It was in my father's fishing toolbox. It was on shelves. I mean, we had to look her whole house. We pretty much had to tear the house out looking for her policies. And she had so many different policies. I'm thankful for that. But at the same time, I wish it could have all been organized and put in one place, so that we wouldn't have to go through, everything. And sometimes you find things you don't want to know about your parents. But I wish that would have happened. So that having that experience with my mother is what really got me into making sure my children don't have to go through that when I pass, you know what I'm saying? So have a living will, so that if I was to get sick and for some reason I could not, comprehend or do things on my own or speak, my children would know my wishes. Having the power of attorney so that they can act on my wishes, you know what I'm saying? They can sign papers, they can, having the power of attorney so that they can act on my wishes, you know what I'm saying? They can sign papers, they can sign as a representative for me and not take on any debt or medical bills that may accumulate. Oh my goodness. Okay, my husband, the 2 months that we were in Augusta, Georgia, that's where my husband originally fell sick while he was at work. That's about 2.5 hours away from our home. And so they rushed him from his office to the hospital in Augusta, Georgia. And we had to stay there for 2 months before he was well enough to transfer back to Charlotte. And during those 2 months, that's when he received the over 20 procedures, surgical procedures to get all of the enzymes out of his stomach cavity. And so that, you guys, that bill alone, just for those 2 months, cost $1.5 million, okay? $1.5 million. Now, had I signed the paper, okay, with my name saying that I would be responsible for my husband's debt, I would be responsible for at least, we have insurance, thank God, but I would have been still responsible for, let's say, 20-30% of that, okay? And even 10% of that I couldn't afford, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to have that burden put on you. So make sure that you're signing as a representative and not as the person responsible, okay? So that's why it's important to have those 3 documents in your possession, or have it when he is, you know, coherent, or your loved one is coherent to actually be. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to stop. I'm trying to do this video while the roofers who are doing my roof is taking a lunch break, so I don't want to make this too long, but I do appreciate you guys giving me input on, you know, the next topic. And yeah, I'm going to post this one. I'll leave it, please leave in the comment section the next topic you would like me to expound upon, and yeah, we'll go. Okay, so thanks again for watching. Be blessed and a blessing. I will see you guys on the next video. This is the lady at 50 signing off for now, and yeah, bye bye.